Hello, it's Brooke-Sidney here, and welcome to my channel where I talk all about mindset and manifestation. Today, I am talking about the number one thing that you can do right now to manifest so quick. I'm going to get into it, but before I do, I want to remind you that there's two ways for you to work with me. One is one-on-one coaching, the other is email. That information is listed below, as well as two communities for manifestations full of like-minded individuals that are also on this journey. That information is listed below. So today I'm going to tell you probably the number one thing you can do right now to help you manifest anything that you want. And that is honesty. Now you're like, that sounds really simple. Yes, as we know, honesty, both with ourselves and others, it's really difficult. We see it in our relationships. We see it in other people, how hard it is to tell the truth. But here's the thing. You need to tell the truth to you because you are ultimately the operant power in your 3D. So I have my little handy notes. Let's get into it. So when I'm talking about being honest, I am talking about, first of all, being honest about what you truly want. So many of us, we have allowed old programming to be running amok, and we actually think we want something that we don't really want. We might think that we really want that job, but we really want to work for ourselves. We might think that we only need $50,000 a year, but we know that that's actually not our greatest desire. We really want $100,000 a year. We might think that we want Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome, when in fact, we might not actually even want someone that looks like that. Maybe we want blonde. Maybe we want something international. I don't know. It doesn't even matter. We might think that we want to go to this particular college or have this particular job. But if we got super honest with ourselves, we might figure out that that's not actually what we want. And so we are developing, hear me out, resistance within ourselves when we are not even aligned and being honest about what we truly want. So there are multiple ways to do that. There's multiple ways to get honest. I always begin by having God show me what's truly in my heart and truly in my spirit. I believe that's so helpful. I do that through prayer and meditation. Meditation is also a really great vehicle to actually get clear, get silent, be able to hear yourself, hear your thoughts, and truly understand your deepest desires. Journaling is also a fantastic way to get in touch with who you truly are and what you truly want. It really, really matters. You're going to keep manifesting crap as long as you keep allowing yourself to believe and want things that are not truly in line with who you are and what you really want. And number two, you have to be honest about where you're at. You have to be honest about where you're at. So many of you are getting so triggered by the 3D. I'm going to tag the videos up here about stop being triggered by the 3D. You are the boss of the 3D. So if you can, stop letting the 3D throw you around. Instead, use the 3D as an information gathering source. Say, up until now, this is what I've manifested. Up until now, this is what I thought was okay for me. Up until now, this is what I want. Right now, I want something different. And let's be honest about where you are. If you want a healthy relationship, but you know that you yourself have not ever had a healthy relationship, maybe you want to be honest about that and start working on that self-concept to develop it. Or maybe if you know that you want a new job, but you've never even started looking into maybe what that could possibly encompass or any of these type of desires and dreams, you have to get honest about what you really want. And then number two, where you're really at with it. 3, now, I'm not even talking about taking action steps in the 3D. Now I really want you to get clear and honest about how you plan to manifest it. And when I say that is hopefully by now, you know there are tons of techniques, tons of techniques to help you get into the feeling is real, to help you get into the end state, your wish fulfilled, to help you connect with being the person who has the thing that you want, which is another way of saying working on your self-concept and working on your states. And so that you feel that you are already there. You already have it. It is done. You don't need the techniques. I'll tag that video. You don't need the techniques. The techniques help us. I'm saying here, unless you can instantly transport yourself into the self-concept, grab that alter ego, tag that video, grab that alter ego that has the thing that you have finally become honest about wanting. Now is the time to be honest with yourself about how you plan to get there. And by that, I mean how you plan to work on yourself, how you plan to manifest. What is your manifestation practice going to be? Have you found that state akin to sleep works well? Imaginal acts, inner conversations, scripting, working on your self-concept through affirmations and therapy, just prayer, getting clear. All of those have been truly a part of my manifestation practice. My gratitude, all of those things are tools that I have found work for me. So we have to be honest and clear and truthful with ourselves, because remember, we're the ones that are doing all the creation. Us plus the 5D. God for me, whatever the 5D is for you, is what is actually creating in the 3D. So let's get honest about what our practice is going to be. Don't say I'm going to do affirmations all day long, and I'm going to script all day long, and I'm going to do this. Be honest with what you can contribute. And I feel like if you can start taking the attitude of this is all going to work out for me, I don't need a million affirmations. I'm going to make this as simple as possible for me to be able to step into the life that I want and to this thing that I truly want, whether it's an SP, a money, a job, a baby, whatever it is. Figure out and be honest about what feels good to you, what feels aligned to help you actually manifest this thing. And then number 4 is really start being honest about your mental diet, meaning the things that you are thinking about. Are you truly having aligned thoughts? If you're using affirmations, are you doing them? Or do you constantly hear yourself being negative, doubting them, or doing things that are contrary to them? I've talked about it, I think in the States video, so I'll tag that, where oftentimes we're trying to manifest something and we're saying affirmations, but we truly hold a state that is not aligned with it. For example, I want a new man, I want a new relationship, I want a new woman, I want a new love, but meanwhile, your belief and your state is love never works out for me. I never get into relationships. There are no available men. All men are toxic. All relationships are toxic. Those don't align. So we have to really be honest with ourselves about where our mental diet is and where we are in terms of our states and our beliefs and our self-concept. Because again, once we can be honest with it, that means we can actually work on it to change it. There is no point of you being in this situation and you lying to yourself. You are the creator. All you're going to do is manifest whatever you're lying about. Whew, and we don't want that. And so then the last thing that I want to say here, and that's really, really important, is while you are in this state of manifestation, this messy middle, you've decided and you're waiting for it to happen. And again, it doesn't have to take long. You are the operant power. You can decide that it gets to manifest very, very quickly. This is a video really all about cleaning ourselves up, being honest with ourselves, being accountable, being self-led, being the operant power, getting back into the pedestal, getting back up on the pedestal, resuming to be the boss of the 3D and not allowing the 3D to be the boss of you. So periodically check in to make sure that you're persisting and not pushing. I'll tag that video. Hopefully I have enough room to tag. And make sure that you are continuing, this is my last one, to check in with yourself. Check in and see how you're doing. Not to punish, not to blame, only to be able to continue to elevate yourself. And whatever you're doing right now, it leaves clues. So maybe there are some little nagging beliefs, some little nagging resistance, nagging doubts that you know that once you clean up, you're going to quantum leap into that manifestation. So today, it is my hope that you're learning about being honest with yourself. Make sure that you subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.